What's up, guys? Welcome back to our podcast called The Blue Room. I'm your host, Joel. With me, I got Eric and Mac. Make sure to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Stay tuned for every other episode every Tuesday and Saturday. So I did have an idea for today's episode, guys. Do you guys know someone, or you guys want to say a story about a nice guy / simp that you guys want to talk about, that maybe you guys encountered, or you want to
nice guy. So
we all know what.
Yeah.
You know,
well, for those that may not know, I mean, everybody should know, but for those that don't know, what would you call define a nice guy?
Define a nice guy.
Well, what would you define? Yeah, or your definition?
My definition. Well, I could just. It'll kind of be more of an explanation / story, so I'll just jump right into it.
Okay.
And the story will explain itself. So I know this guy that I've been knowing for a while now, and we used to go to these theme parks together, and he used to tell us about this girl that he used to, right? She's really pretty. He showed us who she was and stuff like that. And I was like, damn, bro, good shit. But she had hella followers. That girls that have hella followers, it is what it is. I'm not gonna get into that, whole black hole and shit. But she was really pretty. All the comments were just a bunch of dudes just hitting her up.
Freaking the squirting emoji and the peach emoji.
And she was like, she had those thirsty ass pictures and shit, right? So I was like, okay, whatever. That's you, bro. It's not gonna affect me. But boy, I'm just giving you a little advice and stuff. So we would tell him, hey, just be careful, bro. Try not to fall. She looks kind of like a thotty, thotty. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, all right, calm down, Mr.
What's up, homie? So we just, he stops hanging out with us little by little, but we caught him at one of the theme parks with that girl, and I was like, oh shit, they, probably worked out. Mm-hmm. And then he started telling us about how he was dropping her off at her different kind of houses and this and that, and I'm just like, and it kind of how she was using him for to buy her this, to buy her that, and then I'm like, hey bro, she's alright. I was like, is she at least giving you something? He goes, no, we haven't done anything. I was like, wow. I mean, hey bro, just be careful, So this guy was the sweetest guy I know, but he was just taking no for an answer. He was still just trying his best to get to know her. So then it comes to a story that he told me, was that I guess he was dropping her off at the house again, but there's a dude waiting outside. So I guess he was dropping her off for a dick appointment. And I guess in his nice, sensitive, polite guy head, he did not realize that he was dropping her off for a dick appointment. And I guess he gave him this side hug, okay, bye, friend. And the guy opens the door for her and starts messing with her, grabbing her ass.
Oh, and he's like,
and this guy is still
that's just her brother.
Yeah, it's literally you can picture him with the clown face, the clown emoji, literally. And he drives on and he tells the story, and yet he's still talking. I don't know if he's still talking to that girl, but from the last time I heard, he still was. So I'm just like, oh no, my boy. I don't know. To me, that he's the sweetest guy, but that was just too much of a nice guy, because the facts, all those red flags, all those the little signs that he was getting, and I for sure was like, okay, bro, that's a no.
Yeah.
But hey, every guy gets their own way of being who they are,
or doesn't get the wrong way, obviously, in this situation.
I ain't gonna diss him on the podcast, but hey, bro, if you know who you are.
Dang, that's crazy.
But that's that's my way of explaining it. I mean, it was kind of my story too. But
that's more like simpy, right?
Simpy. I would say more of a simpy. Simpy. I mean, this guy did not take a no for an answer, or even dropping her off for a dick appointment. Bro, that me, I would have blocked and never seen you again. I would have just, once she opened that door, I would have just fucking took off and she would have rolled out that day, Damn. But yeah, what about you?
Yeah. So I have one actually, and I he's an acquaintance of a friend. So I hang out with this group of people, and he's one of the people that was brought in from a friend of a friend. So I don't really talk to him that much, but I know of him. I know it's when you talk with a group of friends and you kind of get to know this person even though you don't really know them, because it comes up in conversation. And so we were talking about, I think, relationships or something like that. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm talking to this girl, we work together. They both have 2 jobs. They both work together at both jobs.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's kind of weird, but all right. And then I'm not part of that conversation. You do you, man. I don't care what you do. And then it turns out that something happened with his one of his jobs, that his shift got switched with the girl that he's trying to talk to.
Yeah.
And so they were working different shifts. So what he do? He switched his shifts for both jobs to work the same shifts.
No way.
At both jobs. It's like if you think of it, like you have an AM and a PM shift, and he was PM and she was PM, and then she moved to AM, and then he moved to AM, and the other jobs shifted. He was like literally following her around. Like to
like
make
a little puppy dog.
like oh maybe if I talk to her and then from what I've heard in these conversations is that you know when you're working that everybody has their own workload and stuff like that. But this dude goes over like, oh, you need help with your stuff. You know? This dude falling behind in his own work
bro,
because he's like, oh, let me help you out. Like you need help this, you need help that, and then like just literally following her around. Like you know the freaking that little fairy thing in Zelda that's following you around, bro. That's that guy.
Really
that's that guy. He's like following her around like behind her.
He's fucking Donkey with Shrek.
And this dude, I mean, I'm not gonna call people like if you had to rate a person between 1 to 10, and I don't want to say like I don't want to yeah. So and like for sure like me like I put myself at like a 4 like out of 10 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But this dude like a 1. And like from the way that I've heard about the girl, I've only seen her like a couple of times. So like, and from the way that I've heard how they talk about her that she like gets guys following her all the time too. Get, like how you said, like your friend like that, she's following stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's more people following. So it's like if you have like freaking Shrek and like Barbie.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you got Prince Charming.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Fucking, you know, I don't know, some good fucking
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yes, bro.
And
you got Zeus and some other shit.
And this dude following around,
yeah,
the freaking Shrek following around. And I was like, oh my god, man, like Howard. And then like the way that he says things, he makes it seem like it's very innocent. But it's like, you know, like, bro, like, I'm a guy, I know what you're doing. Like, like
it's obvious.
It's obvious. Yeah. And obviously I'm sure the girl knows because she's like taking advantage of it. Like, oh, this guy's gonna help me do
and
whatever.
And of course, not to diss any girls.
Yeah.
But, you know, they're gonna want to take it to advantage. Oh, attention.
And, honestly, if I was a girl and there was a guy doing it, I'd take advantage of it too.
Oh, yeah. Hey, give me this.
Like, oh, I need help with this. I'm following it. But I'm gonna slack off at work so much that I'm like, oh, this guy's gonna pick up my slack.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it's just it's very cringy. Like, and that's the only way. Like, have you guys ever watched a very very cringy video where you're it's like hurting. It's like hurting your soul, and you're like,
like those cringy videos on Instagram.
Yeah. Cringe Hub is my favorite page to go on when I need. I don't know why I'm like a freaking masochist or something because I want to go on Instagram, look at funny videos and stuff, and I don't know, like, let's watch some cringe today. And I start going through that. I'm like, oh, all right, never mind.
You're like, you know what? Go back.
Yeah, go back to my stories. Never mind. I gotta erase these images out of my head. Yeah, I gotta erase this stuff out of my head. And it's every time it's like in that conversation. Oh, like, do people really like this? It's like,
I mean, like I said, people are on a mission, bro. You know, hey, people are not gonna take no for an answer.
And it's kind of like I can applaud the dedication, but at the same time it's just sad.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, bro, like, don't lose your dignity.
Yeah,
like, there's a lot of fish in the sea.
Yeah,
like,
and
I understand, you know, it's
like, come on,
we've all been there. Let's be honest. I've been there. You probably been there. Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, I have been.
Yeah.
You know? But and then
it's okay to be a little bit of a sad.
Yeah,
it's okay.
But I'm like still right now. Hey, what's up? I'm in the podcast right now.
I'm on the podcast right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't talk right now. Okay, later.
I'm gonna leave the podcast right now.
What do you want me to pick up?
When did it happen?
Back high school, I guess. I don't know.
High school. Oh, okay.
I guess
it's also another thing because like these people that are like in like their late 20s, early 30s, and it's like that's behavior that you think of someone that's like teenagers, like before 18, maybe
like it's understandable,
like 20s or something like that.
Yeah.
But like, come on, man, like you're older now, like you don't do that
need
stuff.
To be doing that.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like I said, it's just sad.
Yeah.
And it makes my heart
once you
hurt.
take out that Glock and just be
it makes my soul hurt. I'm like,
as a guy.
Yeah, well, not even as a guy, just as a human being, man. Like, it's so cringy. Like, why would you do that? But
what about you, Mac?
Oh man.
Max, but like I've been around.
He's like, bro, I'm the simp.
I'm the definition of what that is.
I don't think so.
There has to be some kind of story, like
maybe I
way
do,
that you've not that you've happened to you, like you've encountered or you've heard of maybe, but
Pretty sure I do, but I just quite don't remember. You know what I
Well,
mean?
you're like, this is too crazy. I'm not.
yeah.
You out.
Right now.
He's like, I got so many stories about you.
He's like, hey Joel, you need to go out there real quick.
Yeah.
Hey, so Joel, fuck.
Hey, so this story that I was talking about, it's actually Joel. He's like, oh, this friend that I know, that was me.
That was you guys. I was talking third person.
Maybe that story that you were saying earlier was you, huh?
Yeah.
I'm not that down bad.
No, he was the girl. He was the girl.
I'm the girl. I was the one in the
He's the one taking the
position. Hey, yo. But,
I don't think I do have someone, to be honest.
Yeah. But so like, what do you think of like someone that does that?
okay,
like,
yeah, exactly. If you don't
yeah.
have like a story, then what's your definition?
opinion?
For me,
Yeah.
I believe like, you know, like you keep trying until like you're already getting like, you know, like a no, like you don't want you already like, but you still keep trying and trying and trying, doing nice thing to her, but he already told you like enough, but you still keep going. That's for me.
Yeah, that's what you
Yeah.
would consider. So
Yeah.
what about like in this case, like where the girl doesn't say no, but she knows what he's doing, so she's like
Take
kind of
advantage of it.
like yeah. But like I said, like if I was in that position too, and I know this guy's gonna do whatever he wants, whatever I want, well, I'm gonna take advantage of it too. Like if I'm in that position of power, and like I never tell him no, but I never tell him yes either. So it's like he's kind of getting strung along. We're like fishing rod over here.
Got him.
Yeah, got him. Just keep going back. But you never actually catch the fish. You leave
Yeah.
him in the water a little bit, let it go. And
So that's
I've been fishing like once. So I don't know why I'm making this freaking metaphor.
He's like, ooh. He's like, ooh.
I think I was doing it the wrong way too.
I was like, people are
yeah.
I'm like,
Like,
bro.
this guy doesn't know how to fish. This guy doesn't know how
Unfollow.
to Yeah, for sure.
Blocked.
He never been on
Comment.
the boat.
What the fuck was that?
so yeah, that's how I kind of like you know, understand the like nice guy.
So what would you say, like, let's say if you had a family member, like, let's say, like, you had a younger brother that was, like, doing that with some girl.
Dude, I
But
would.
you were getting smacked his
I'll be like, if you say you keep doing that, I'm not gonna like, you know, I'm gonna give him like a self advice, you know.
Yeah.
But if he still keep doing it, like I'm gonna go into his business, cause what if you
Oh,
know?
yeah.
I mean, it's
You
my,
gotta
if
get
it's my
involved,
if it's
yeah.
my little
He
brother,
said,
you
my
know?
turn.
Yeah.
If
He
it's
said, my brother can't get it. I'm
Oh,
taking it."
shit. Oh,
Nah,
shit.
not like that. I don't do that, man.
If he's not taking it down, I'm taking
Hey,
it down.
maybe you do, huh?
I
shit. No,
You got caught. He said.
He got caught up. He's like, I mean, yeah.
Cut that out. All right, guys. So it's getting back to that time again. This is the end of our episode. Make sure to check our other pages. Make sure to check out Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Make sure to click that follow and subscribe. Make sure to keep a lookout for every Tuesday and Saturday post. See you guys.
Yep.